for a rubber match between the Chicago Bandits and the Oklahoma City Spark. A day off between Game 2 and Game 3. Chicago
can lay down a bunt single. She can hit a triple, hit home runs, RBIs. She is doing it all to start the season. Truly, look at the AUSL rank. She has been the best hitter up to this point.
A lot of categories that she leads and could take the lead even further tonight, but she will face off with Odyssey Alexander-Bennett, who is making her third appearance of the season, a sixth-year pro out of James Madison from Boynton, Virginia. This is her first start of the year. So Odyssey against Maya Brady to start things off. Spark scored 3 runs in their first inning of Game 1's win. They've got power up and down this order, and they've got a lot of Bruins that can hurt you in a lot of ways.
And Maya Brady has been so tough. She started out this series laying down a bunt, which caught the Bandits' corners off guard a bit, because you see her swing and she has so much pop too, but you forget about her speed and athleticism to go along with the power from the left-hand side.
Excellent last year, played in just 6 regular season games for the Talons, but then she was the #1 pick in the expansion draft for Oklahoma City. This hit to Sammy Williams and scooped up over there by Jocelyn Erickson. There's one out.
And that's a big out. Odyssey Alexander-Bennett has looked strong so far this season. You mentioned that this is her first start. We've seen her in relief, and she's looked really good, consistent with her command, and I feel like that's a big part of Odyssey's game, is when she's throwing strikes and hitting corners with her screwball and her off-speed curveball, then she is a force to deal with in the circle.
Just over 5 months removed from giving birth to her daughter Halo in January. Here is Sydney Romero for the Spark. Good spot on the inside corner from Odyssey.
And that's the spot that I'm talking about with the screwball. She will work that pitch into the righties and also away from the lefties. But what has made her so good up to this point in the season is just that she has been throwing that pitch on command exactly where she wants it.
It's a big game tonight for really both these teams, but more so for Chicago, who find themselves sitting toward the bottom of the standings with just 1 win. That goes back at Odyssey, who knocks it down and backhands it over to Erickson.
And she is a really good athlete, too. Watching Odyssey Alexander play defense while she's pitching reminds me of that play in the Women's College World Series whenever she led James Madison to the Women's College World Series. Remember the squeeze play against Oklahoma State where she went up to grab it and then dove and tagged the runner before she scored? Odyssey Alexander is an athlete. That ball came off the bat at 77 miles an hour.
She led James Madison to back-to-back wins to open the Women's College World Series that year. They were the story of the tournament, but then they lost back-to-back to Oklahoma. That was the first of a 4-peat for OU. Now faces another national champion, Sydney Sherrill, at the plate. She won it in 2018 with Florida State. One, swings through it and falls behind 1-2.
It's eerily quiet in between pitches here. I feel like normally we have music or something in between every pitch, and it just kind of keeps things lively. But all right, 2 strikes. Now the fans are going to start to get in it. 1-2 pitch coming.
It's a great crowd on a very chilly Tuesday evening here in Rosemont, Illinois. It has been gusting for what seems like hours. The wind says 18 miles per hour with gusts in the 30s. I think it's more probably in the mid-20s with gusts into the upper 30s, low 40s.
Yeah, whatever it says like on the app is a complete lie. It's a sham, because walking in this wind, it is the real deal, and it has been relentless. Those flags have not stopped whipping since we got here 2 hours ago.
3-2 in the air to left field, and Clements makes the catch. For the first time in this series, Oklahoma City is held scoreless in the top of the first. Good start for Odyssey. Oklahoma City gives the ball to an Oklahoma State product. Ruby Malin, who is an Omaha native in her rookie season out of the reserve athlete pool. We saw her briefly in relief in game 1, struck out 3 batters in 1 inning.
Yeah, Maya Johnson got that start, and she came in, and Ruby Malin was spinning down and spinning up. That's what Ruby Malin is going to do. Her go-to pitch is going to be her drop ball, but the development and progression of her rise ball in her senior year at Oklahoma State has really made her an even bigger force to be reckoned with. So 68 to 70 miles an hour down in the zone with her drop ball. Her rise ball will be a few miles an hour slower than that pitch, and every now and then she will mix in a changeup.
First pitch catches the outside corner, strike 1 to Morgan Zirkle, who leads things off. A pair of hits in the series, including her first home run of the year. Had 9 of them last year, and that led the AUSL. Erin Koffel, and then you will see a big change in the lineup there. Tiana Bell jumps all the way up into the 3-hole. Remember, she's also a reserve athlete product. Filling in for Bella Dayton, who is currently on international duty with the Italian national team in Prague.
I like it. I like these lineup changes. Moving Tiana Bell into that 3-hole, giving Erin Koffel some protection after the 4 RBI game that she had 2 days ago. Sammy Williams in the cleanup. She has been arguably one of the hottest hitters for the Bandits to start the season. Taking some pressure off of Jocelyn Erickson, moving her to the 5-hole.
2-2 count for Ruby to start things off. So you told us what Ruby will do. At her best, when you've seen Ruby Malin dominate, what does it look like?
Getting swings and misses on her rise ball and chases with that pitch, and using her changeup to set up her rise ball, and using her drop ball to induce some ground balls. And her drop ball need to be a little bit lower than that. That last pitch that she threw was drop ball. It's more up in the zone, so she's going to need to find that tumbling spin down with that pitch instead of leaving this pitch up, because right now, after what the Bandits did 2 days ago, they are seeing the ball well and want to continue that momentum with pitches up in the zone.
Another foul ball from Zirkle off of Ruby, who was just a workhorse this year at Oklahoma State, won 29 games, a sub-2.5 ERA. She was co-pitcher of the year in the Big 12 with Nyjah Kennedy. Through almost 250 innings this year. Another foul ball from Zirkle.
It's a good at bat by Zirkle, and it's what she did 2 days ago to set the tone for Chicago. They needed a boost. I mean, they were searching and searching for a win and some energy. And Morgan Zirkle 2 days ago came up and led off the game with a hard hit single, and they just did not look back after that. Tone setter at the top for Zirkle.
Pitch number 8 of the at-bat is also fouled away. Not the speedster she once was in her early days at Marshall.
The ability to hit the long ball led the entire league in home runs last season. That came in the 4th inning. She led off the game with a single that scored 2 runs in that win.
And when I say not the speedster, it's not to say she still can't run, but she just has a lot of pop in that bat right now. Her runs around the bases are a little bit more leisurely typically.
Especially wind blowing out. These pitchers are going to have to be careful today.
Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 1 for Ruby Malin.
It's actually a drop ball that stays elevated and up in the zone and still gets the swing and miss. Or maybe last minute it was a drop ball that was called on the wristband. Maybe last minute it was changed to a rise ball by Ruby Malin, throwing that pitch up in the zone to get the swing and miss. That's the rise ball that we're talking about, Chucky, that Ruby Malin is capable of, that she developed to go along with that rise, to go along with her drop ball.
First pitch hits Erin Koffel. So she is aboard with 1 out.
Just barely trying to sneak that pitch in there.
Tough part for Ruby, she was kind of pointing. I think she thought it was pretty close to the black of the plate.
Not a bad location at all.
First pitch swinging for Tiana Bell into foul territory. We've seen Tiana swing early. We saw that when she pinch hit in her debut with the Bandits and popped up on the first pitch. But it certainly worked out well for her in game 2. Signed on June 13th, which means this is day 4 in a Bandits jersey. This is off the end of the bat. The wind's going to push this out into right field, and it goes down. We've heard these conversations from both coaches about how much the wind is going to affect the game tonight. And I think you just saw it there play a part.
Well, and the Spark have shuffled around their infield a little bit too. So Amari Harper is starting at second and Sydney Sherrill is starting at third. Jessie Warren has a day off, it looks like, on defense. She will be in the lineup as a DP, but Amari Harper now playing second base. She's a versatile athlete, a versatile rookie that can play first and play the outfield. Sydney Sherrill was playing second base in the first 2 games.
Amari Harper rocking the Oregon Ducks colors on her glove at second base. Played her final college season there after a few at Texas A&M. Strike 2 inside corner to Sammy Williams. There's Amari with the Oregon green on the glove. We talk a lot about versatility when you're looking at rookies in this league. And that is one of the things that Amari Harper checks the box of. That gets away behind the plate and 2 runners in scoring position. Delaney Wiz probably didn't think she would be almost the everyday catcher for Oklahoma City, but Kinsey Hansen-McKenzie, who was their first pick in the allocation draft, announced that she is expecting. So we will not see Kinsey this summer, at least on the field. We saw her the other day in the dugout. Two-two count to Williams.
She's been putting together awesome at-bats to start this season. Sammy Williams had not played in an Athletes Unlimited game for over 1,700 days and has entered into this Bandits lineup this season with some big-time pop. The ball is coming hard off of her bat. She's seen the ball well early in the season.
Full count. Sammy finished her career at Iowa State in 2021 as a first-team All-American. She got a bachelor's in software engineering and a master's in information systems. So she works as a senior software engineer for the Chicago Cubs. Takes strike 3. Williams very upset with that call, and there's 2 outs.
Yeah, she just cannot believe that this drop ball was a called strike. It's a pitcher's pitch there that Ruby Malin gets the call in a big situation with 2 runners in scoring position.
That outside corner's been there here in this first inning. Jocelyn Erickson takes strike 1 there. Jocelyn moving down in the order. This is the lowest we've seen her in the Bandits order this season, in the 5 spot. Seems like every time she comes to the plate, she's in a run-producing opportunity.
She has the most at-bats with runners in scoring position out of anybody in the league. As a rookie, that is a lot that has been put on her. And a rookie that can produce, it's just a matter of getting comfortable. I mean, she was first-round pick for a reason. Big-time pop in her bat has come through and with runners in scoring position time and time again in her career at Florida.
74 RBIs this year for Tim Walton. In the air to left field, Bubba Nichols-Camarena makes the grab. And matching
different times, so it was just great to go out there and finally get that W.
Inning number 2, Bubba Nichols-Camarena leads it off for Oklahoma City, and there's strike 1.
Amber, I saw you posting a lot about pitching, getting ready for this season. Oftentimes it seemed like by yourself. What did you do to get prepared for this season to pitch at the level that you're already pitching at right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard with coaching and trying to find that balance, but, you know, you just have to find the grind and, you know, I had to plan my workouts ahead of practice and then stay afterward and throw those bullpens on my own. I threw to a 9 pocket a lot, so the chance I finally had a catcher, it was amazing. I know they do a great job of making us look good, so props to them.
1-1 count for Odyssey against Bubba. This is ripped down the left field line and foul. You mentioned coaching, hard to balance both. New gig for you, just announced last week that you'll be joining DJ Gasso's staff at Tulsa. Tell us about that move.
Yeah, I mean, when Gasso reaches out to you, it's hard to say no. He's a very passionate, a lot of energy. He's a lot of fun. I'm just so excited to work with that staff. I think it's going to be absolutely a great time, and I'm really looking forward to it.
1-2, back to Odyssey. And there's one away.
Amber, what have you already figured out so far this year? I asked some pitchers that, and it could be literally about anything, because I feel like as pitchers, we're always figuring things out as we go along, especially early in the season. So what do you feel like you figured out in this first week of this 2026 season?
You know, I would say that just the approach and like how much teams are preparing are even more than they ever were before. It feels a lot more like college again. Get that.
Off the scoreboard, Delaney whizzes 3rd of the series and 4th of the year.
But I would say that just the team's approach are a lot better, but the zone as well. I mean, that's helping pitchers a lot, but the hitters are getting that much better too. So like, I understand both sides of it. It can be really frustrating as a hitter, but also as a pitcher with playing in the pros and the bats. And, you know, our balls are typically heavier than a college ball. So you might get a little bit sore the first few weeks, just getting used to it. But I think that's mainly what I've learned.
And it looked like you had kind of an interesting grip, and maybe it was just a replay that we showed that caught my attention, and it's nothing. But do you put any knuckles on the ball when you throw any of your pitches?
Yeah, I do. That's my off speed. That's what I throw.
Can you show us what it looks like with that ball in your hand? Yeah,
so I have a 2-seam here, and then I'll put my 2 knuckles on top of it, hold it like this, and then I'll spin it like a curveball. So sometimes it actually does that. Sometimes it's really just got a mind of its own. But yeah, I use a 2-seam, and that's the only pitch I throw with like a 2-seam.
It's so interesting. I'm gonna learn all kinds of things here talking to Amber. Amari Harper at the plate. Before we let you go, Amber, I have to ask you too. We saw you on opening day. You were so pumped. You were with your now pitching coach, Taryn Moe at McKinney. What is that process like? We talk so much about the catcher-pitcher relationship, but what's it like trying to get to know your pitching coach as well?
Oh, she's been so fun. I mean, obviously she had a great season with Mississippi State, and so it was just fun to watch her and all the success that they had this year. And when I got announced that she was going to be our pitching coach, I was seriously so excited, because I love learning from other pitching coaches and just, you know, kind of like also reassuring myself of the things that I maybe pick up on, or how to word things differently, because everyone responds to things differently. So it's just been a blast, absolutely, like learning with her and talking her through things. And so, yeah, she's been absolutely amazing.
Amber, thanks so much for the time. I was going to say we'll get you out of the elements, but you're from Iowa and you played at Minnesota, so I know the weather doesn't bother you,
yeah,
but we
nothing like
appreciate
being
it.
back home,
That's
right?
That's right. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Jessie Warren drives it to center, and she is on the board with a solo shot. 2 home runs for the Spark here in this second inning. And for Jessie Warren, that's her 2nd of the year.
Jessie Warren is going to go get this screwball early in the count against Odyssey Alexander, and she steps out a little bit. Just looks like she's looking for that inside corner and gets her barrel there out in front to that pitch. It just keeps going. The wind is, of course, blowing out, but on the TrackMan that said 240 feet, and it is 230 feet to that fence in center field, so would have been out of here even without wind.
Both Delaney Wiz and Jessie Warren's home runs came on the first pitch of the at-bat against Odyssey Alexander. Two 2-0 Spark, trying to pick up their 4th win of the season. That is a foul tip. It's a long road trip for Oklahoma City, so just the chance to stack another win, get another series win as well, would be so big for them. They opened their season at home against the Texas Volts and won 2 of 3. But now here in Chicago, we will go with them to Portland with a series 18th. And then they will stay out west and go to Salt Lake City for a 2-game series against Utah before they finally get back to OKC at the end of June. Hard hit to Koffel, and that'll do it for the second. But OKC on the board.
This is the best.
By this, it was kind of a bloop off the bat of Tiana Bell into right field. So certainly something that will likely be a factor in this game.
Love having these coaches mic'd up and have big personalities, and I love hearing how they're coaching these pros. So we thank them for wearing the mics. Not always the most comfortable thing to do, but my goodness, I think that we appreciate it as broadcasters, as fans appreciate it. It is so cool to get an inside look into a professional softball coach.
Shonda Stanton and Amber Flores, both in their first years in the AUSL. Amber has been the head coach of the Spark since their creation. So this is the 4th year for her as head coach, first in the AUSL with the Spark joining. Foul ball off the bat of Mary Jacopo. Falls behind 1-2. There's Amber Flores, fantastic player at Oklahoma. So naturally, she goes with the cowgirl in the circle. I did see them hugging pregame, which I always think it's so funny. You just get these matchups because they're such great programs. Of course, they're going to produce pros and coaches.
So funny. It reminds me of just like a really good mac and cheese. You know how you can just add like random things into a mac and cheese and it just works. It just flows and connects and it tastes so good. Like that's how this league is. So many different connections, and as Ruby Malin gets a strikeout there and a drop ball, but it just always feels like it just clicks and goes. Our softball world is so small. There's so many different connections, especially in this league.
3 strikeouts already for Ruby Malin.
And now I want mac and cheese.
Are you one that puts like you take bacon in it? Is that you?
I mean, if it was offered on the menu, I would try it, but
Okay.
I still think my regular go-to would just be a regular mac and cheese.
Well, you were just talking about adding stuff in,
know,
so I just
but
want to check on the bacon part of it.
Lobster mac and cheese. You
Yeah.
know, there's different things that you can add that people really like, and it adds a lot of value to the mac and cheese because usually then it's really expensive.
Yeah, you're fancy. I forgot. You're not doing bacon bits in the mac and cheese. There's give me the lobster. 1-1 count to Jessica Clements. It's a big swing from Clements, but foul.
You know, we were talking about Ruby Malin and Amber Flores giving her the start. And the one thing that Kenny Gajewski always said about Ruby Malin and her time at Oklahoma State after she transferred to Washington to play for him is that she wants the ball. She is always prepared, saying that he's been around great players in his time, baseball, softball, alike, and that winning, and Ruby is at the top of that list for Kenny Gajewski in terms of preparation, recovery, eating, sleeping, that she is in love with pitching. That's what Kenny Gajewski said. And she makes sure that she is always prepared. And by nutrition, working out, sleep is really important to Ruby Malin. Tracking all that.
We talked about her emotional and mental growth this year, how impressed he was with her since getting to Oklahoma State. This is another one. We talked about Cassidy Curd the other day, really exploding onto the scene as a freshman. Ruby Malin was the same way. She came on as an All-American, as a true freshman at Washington, took them to the Women's College World Series as a 27-game winner, striking out batters left and right. After 2 years in Seattle, departed for Stillwater and finished her career there for Oklahoma State. Goes into the Bandits dugout, and don't know if somebody got a clipboard or a helmet up, but you could hear it make contact in their dugout. Shauna Stanton's actually going in there to make sure everybody's okay. It might have been their associate head coach, Courtney Martinez. Good to see that she's up and walking around back there at least. 2-2. This is crushed to right field. The wind's gonna push it too, and it's into the bleachers. Clements went up and got it. First home run of the season for Jessica Clements and just her second hit.
Jessica Clements is starting to play really big for this Bandits team defensively, and now with the way that she's swinging it. This pitch was at her eyes. A rise ball that she just goes up and gets. Continued to carry out of here. You saw how shallow Grace Jenkins in right field was even playing. Had to run a long way to the wall to track that one down, and it gets out of here. And I love the way the Bandits just answer right back here.
Saw that in game 2 as well. Oklahoma City scored 2 in the first. The Bandits responded with 4 in the bottom half of that. Outside ball 1. This is Elon Butler. A lot of power in this bat as well, with just 1 out and nobody on. Well, off speed, Butler flares it out to right, and that is going to beat Jenkins to the wall. Butler rounding second. She wants 3, and she will get it. I think again the wind causing problems in the outfield.
Grace Jenkins continues to play shallow out in right field, more shallow than any of the other outfielders. This is a changeup that Elon Butler does not square up, but gets it into the jet stream, and with how shallow Grace Jenkins was playing, it just gets out over her head. And this is the 3rd triple that we've seen in this series. We've seen a lot of triples already early in this AUSL season.
Jessica Clements out in the chair chat, waiting to chat with us, cheering on Elon Butler. We love to see it. Well, take us back to the pitch you hit, because I was going to ask you what you saw. You must have saw it good, because it felt like it was almost at eye level.
It was. Really, I was just looking high turn. She got me pretty good. The couple balls that I fouled off there up in the zone, I was just really trying to be on time. That was the main goal, being on time and looking more up in the zone just to get on top of it, and I did.
Do you know the height of that pitch? Like, could you tell us? Could you remember where it is? Like, have you told us a height with your, where do you think that pitch was?
That was a tomahawk. I think it was about eye level.
Oh, yeah. I feel like you're just feeling really comfortable right now. That catch that you made on Sunday was unbelievable, and I know that's not about the home run that you just hit, but you're catching left field with the wind blowing. It was over-the-shoulder catch. Like, what was your take on that catch that you made a couple of days ago?
I honestly surprised myself. I feel like I say that with a lot of things, like when I get a home run or something, it just it does catch me off guard. But you know, that ball yesterday, I really, or was it no, 2 days ago, I really thought it was over the fence, and with the wind holding it up, but I realized I took a bad read, and I just wanted to do whatever I could to make that catch. Once I realized it was in, just did everything I could.
Jessica, thanks so much for the time. Nice swing.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Jessica Clements responds, and then Elon Butler right after that gives him a triple, so a runner at 3rd with just 1 out for Ilana Agbayani. Another one of these Oklahoma connections. Clements will get a quick breather in the dugout and probably try and get warm for just a second. Agbayani through the right side, and we are tied at 2. Speaking of starting to get comfortable, the rookie Ilana Agbayani fits into that category.
Yeah, these two have seen each other, with Agbayani playing at Oklahoma and Ruby Mayland playing at Oklahoma State. They have faced each other a lot. Agbayani just using the ground with that drop ball. So being able to get a hit these past couple of hitters with a drop ball, a changeup, and then a rise ball. And knock Ruby Mayland out of this game.
Conversation with Ruby Malin in the circle here. Amber Flores was at the home plate umpire talking to him, so we might have a pitching change coming up. And we will step away as we await our new arm.
Her changeup and her drop and her curve and screw, everything down in the zone has been looking good to start Maya Johnson's rookie season coming from Belmont.
There were big expectations on her shoulders out of Belmont, the first mid-major player to receive a golden ticket. Got it from Jess Mendoza. Not just drafted, but she was the 3rd overall pick in the college draft for Kirk Walker as the GM of the Spark. And basically is leading this staff right now as they're missing 3 of their main ingredients to their 5-person pitching staff. 0-2 count to Zirkle. That is softly hit, and it gets down into the outfield. Agbayani wants 3, and she is in safely.
Amari Harper, the second baseman, is playing more toward the middle of the field, and it opens up a gap on the right side of the field to get just out of her reach. If she would have been playing at her normal second base position, I think she would have had a chance, or would have been able to catch that ball in the air. Bandits getting some balls to fall here and squaring ones up.
Ruby Malin struck out the leadoff hitter in this inning looking, and then a solo shot, a triple, and a pair of singles as Zirkle was trying to create a little chaos on the bases. Instead, they'll pretty much just let her have second. So now the question is, with last year's MVP at the plate and a base open, what do you do? Although there's a conversation happening right now about that last play, I believe. Amber Flores came out. Delaney Wiz was kind of pointing toward first base.
This is when, even though it's not a review, we need to use the microphones. You know what I mean? Like, we need to take it upon ourselves to use the microphones from the umpire and explain to everybody what's going on, not just when we have the reviews in process. That would be great for fans and broadcasters.
I like when you try to initiate some change from the booth. I like that.
We have it down there and you have a microphone on you. Explain to us what's going on.
2-0 count to Aaron Koffel from Maya Johnson. They do come at Koffel on the 2-0 count. Another big swing from Koffel. Maya Johnson bouncing back against the veteran.
Back-to-back screwballs against Koffel to get right back into this count. And the thing about that screwball that she's thrown to her 2 pitches in a row, it has a little bit of up movement to it as well. It's a nasty pitch. Go right back to it.
She got her swinging. That is big time from Maya Johnson. Fell behind 2-0. You're thinking maybe they'll just let her take first. Not a chance.
3 swings and misses on a row. All 3 on the screwball. This last one a little bit lower and maybe even about a ball more off the plate. She gets a swing and miss with 2 runners in scoring position. That was a big K. And now look at her go right at Tiana Bell.
She has thrown 9 pitches and 5 have been swings and misses. Maya Johnson is coming out absolutely firing it.
Loves to go to that screwball on her arm side, so away from a right-handed hitter.
Oh, 2. Maya Johnson. Incredible stuff out of the bullpen.
Usually a good, but all of them combined for 21 innings against the Utah Talents this past series, and they got the sweep. Only allowed 4 earned runs against the defending champs.
10 strikeouts for Kenzie Brown in her win over the Talons in game 2. That was an AUSL record in a single game as Odyssey retires Grace Jenkins to start the 3rd inning.
So you think about this weekend, you have the team that's had the best pitching against the team that has had the best hitting in the league with Cascade and Spark rolling into town. Can't wait to see how that one plays out. And I mean, we were talking about with Jamie Loprice, the general manager of the Cascade, the crowd and the fans and the season ticket holders should be electric there.
Top of the order, it is Maya Brady with 1 out, nobody on. Second time through for Odyssey Alexander Bennett. 1-1 count. Brady takes this, strike 2 on the outside corner.
When you think about, Chucky, how well the Cascade recovered after giving up a lot of runs to the Blaze, the opening series. What an adjustment that their pitching staff and defense were able to make. All 3 of the games against Utah were so close, decided by 2 runs or less. Just some gritty wins that you put in your back pocket for confidence later on down the road. I mean, those tight games we've seen, I feel like our games have either been really tight so far this year or they've been run rolls. It's good to play in those tight games, though, and it's even better to win them and put it in your confidence bank.
2-2 hit, hard, Koffel denies Brady.
Aaron Koffel defensively has just been money for Chicago to start this season. 79 miles an hour exit velocity. Aaron Koffel, right place, right time. And that ball looked like it was going to take her glove into left center field. That was hit so hard, a laser. And Aaron Koffel was able to read and hang on to.
That's been one of the missing ingredients for the Bandits early. They've made good plays here and there, but as far as a whole, the defense has not been as solid as they would have liked it to be. So far tonight, they've been lights out, and that play from Koffel helps out her pitcher big time. Sydney Romero, a 1-1 count, takes that down low. We saw great games across the AUSL last night. There were 2 of them that were both decided by 1 run. The Cascades game late, Sam Landry closing the door, and then out in Durham, the Blaze beating the Volts in extras. In that game, Sydney Romero's sister Sierra homered. First one of the season for Sierra.
The games were so good last night. Double header. I got to just sit and watch softball 2 games in a row. They were 2 good games last night. But probably the game of the year so far was that one with the Blaze and Volts going 9 innings. That was some good softball. That the fans there were locked into their Blaze home team. It was just so cool to see. And then a walk-off.
Fouled off by Romero. Yeah, Alicia Ocasio having a great start to the season. She just looks so motivated right now, both in the circle and with the bat. She had the walk-off winning hit. How about Anna Gold? 2-run home run in the 6th inning to keep that game alive.
That was on a changeup. Carlin Pickens entered in late into that game and just was throwing gas.
Carlin Pickens has 3 wins already as a rookie. Two-two to Romero. Hard hit ball beyond the glove of Agbayani. That's going to get all the way to the wall on the turf. Romero will stride into second. It is another base knock for Sydney.
Well, Chicago is going to start taking note of these hard hit balls the second time through the order. The one off of Maya Brady's bat was 79 miles an hour, and this one off of Sid's bat is 80 miles an hour. Great at bat that Sydney Romero just put together there to find a 2-out double after she battled off some pitches.
Now Sydney Sherrill with 2 outs. Odyssey Alexander Bennett wants a new ball. Cheryl so dangerous. She was really a part of that massive boost the 1 through 5 hitters gave them in the first game. This is what they've done this year so far, and you can see there's a clear divide between the top half and the bottom half of this order.
Yeah, for the series, 1 through 5 in this order has been so tough to put away for Bandits pitching. But if you can get through 1 through 5, there's some hope, it looks like, at the end of the order, 6 through 9. However, Sparks offense, 1 through 5, maybe the best 1 through 5 in the league.
Jesse Warren did give him a spark tonight out of the 7 spot. You know, there's capable bats down there. They just haven't produced at that level yet. And it's hard to keep pace when you see the numbers that they put up at the top of this order. 1-2 into left field, and fair ball. Sydney Sherrill is going to drive in the go-ahead run and reach second base.
Just a spark early in this season, their bat-to-ball skill has been money. Another 2-strike, 2-out hit, switches places with the other Sydney, drives in an RBI. Sydney Sherrill, another great at bat, followed up by Sydney Romero's great at bat, and she scores that run.
Odyssey retired the first 2 in the order, and then back-to-back doubles. And now Bubba flares this out to right field. And Joe Evans is going to hold Sydney Sherrill wisely. I'd say Joe Evans is a good one to have over there at third base. She's been doing it for about 3 decades now.
Yeah, he won a lot of games, seen a lot of runs scored. You know what you can and can't do. She has over 1,400 wins as a head coach.
There's an art to that, to sign giving, right? Like,
oh, yeah.
I think as a young coach, you're probably like practicing in the mirror just so you know everything looks right.
I mean, you think about coaches that are currently coaching in our game right now at the Division I level, and only one person who is an active coach has more wins than Joe Evans, and that would be Patty Gasso at Oklahoma.
Patrick Murphy and Karen Weekly also up there, both of them over 1,400, both of them reaching that number this year along with Joe Evans.
The majority of those wins came at Texas A&M, not all, but a very good chunk of them came at Texas A&M, so now she is at UC Santa Barbara.
0-1, good spot from Odyssey for strike 2 to Delaney Wiz, who has homered 3 times in the series, has a league best 4 of them. 2 home runs in game 1 and another one earlier tonight. 0-2. Odyssey begging for that call in the outside corner. Crowd trying to get behind her on a cold evening. This is at Koffel, and she does it again. Erin Koffel.
Finally get that win for Carolina. Those are 3 of them. It is always hard to choose in these series that we've been having because these games have been so good so early.
Trying to figure out what you have on our producer, Mariah Gearhart, that you got your face on a element coming out of the break there. Here's our AUSL standings so far, and it may feel early, but it's a short season, only 25 games played. You see where these 2 teams stand? It's a big game tonight for both of them, but even more so for Chicago. Don't want to dig yourself too much of a hole. We've talked about some of the big pieces that they're missing right now. One of them is Lexi Kilfoyle, Kat Sandercock, another one. So key elements of the pitching staff as well as Skylar Wallace. 0-2 pitch outside. Now 14 pitches from Maya Johnson. 11 of them are strikes. A lot of those are swinging strikes.
And how about, Chucky, the turnaround of the Blaze from the way that they started last season compared to this season, now being at the top of the standings? They were at the bottom of the standings last year, top of the standings this year. Such a hot start. Cascade, too, finding themselves right now in second place on a 4-game win streak. And then the Talons swept the Bandits in weekend 1 and got swept this past weekend. So some highs and lows there early on for the Talons.
2-2 count for Sammy Williams. Part of it for the Blaze, I should say. Dana Sorensen nailed their draft. Their rookies, Carlin Pickens, Reese Atwood, and Dakota Kennedy are rolling out of the gates in this 2026 season. This is lifted to center field off the bat of Williams, back to the track, and it's caught by Brady. Fighting the wind to track that ball down. There's one out.
What can't Maya Brady do? She made that play look so easy on a day where there are 30-mile-an-hour gusts, and Sammy Williams squared one up on a changeup. She's even playing a little bit shallow, but just sticks with this. The wind is moving toward right center field. She keeps moving toward right center field, and we have a new right fielder next to her in KK Madry, who looked like she was communicating. I hope she was communicating. If not, it made what Maya Brady did to track that ball down even more special.
Another one in the air, this one not as deep, and Brady makes the catch to retire Jocelyn Erickson. Thursday on ESPN2, more AUSL. It's a doubleheader, and it's Utah taking on the Texas Volts at 7 Eastern, and then it's that series we've talked about, Oklahoma City at Portland. First time at home for the Cascade. That one coming your way at 9 Eastern. Watch it live or stream it on the ESPN app. It's hard to believe we're already 5-6 games into the season for all of these teams. This is hit hard through the 5-6 hole. Mary Jacopo continues to swing an impressive bat here early in the season.
We're talking about that Cascade and Spark series coming up this weekend in Portland, and I'm sure the Spark watching this game are excited, excuse me, the Cascade watching this game are excited to see Maya Johnson enter so early into relief, knowing that the first 2 series she's been the game 1 starter for the Spark and has done a tremendous job at doing so, setting the tone for the pitchers in the circle as Kylie Sand comes in to pinch run. But they'll have a day off tomorrow and then start the series on Thursday, but you don't have to face Maya Johnson maybe to start the series, and you see her throw a lot here. I think the Cascade are going to really like that.
Day off for Oklahoma City tomorrow to travel to Portland. So you get a 2-hour time change going out there, not the shortest of flights either, and then off you go Thursday, Friday, off day Saturday, and game 3 of that series on Sunday. Chicago stays here. They'll play Carolina. Jessica Clements in a 1-1 count with 2 outs and a runner on first. That is the pinch runner, Sand. Sun is in a very interesting location right now, kind of cutting right in front of the pitcher's circle.
So the ball starts in the light, and it quickly goes into the shadow.
I'm sure no complaints from the pitchers right now.
It can make a little bit more deception, but you know how that is too. It won't last too long, so there's only likely going to be a couple of batters that have to deal with this, with where it's at right now.
Clemens takes, runner goes, and that's going to go into center field. The pinch runner, Sand, getting aggressive and takes second.
Or last time up, Jessica Clemens hit that home run at a pitch that was up at her eyes. I don't even know how she hit that pitch out. It was so high. But just seeing the ball well right now.
Takes outside. I believe that is ball 4. Clemens says, I'll take another one, I don't mind.
That happened last night too. I think it was Alicia Ocasio that was up looking to hit with the runner in scoring position, was so locked into her at bat, she didn't even notice that it was ball 4. So 2 times that's happened in the past 24 hours.
Amber Flores wants to visit with Maya Johnson. Two on, 2 outs for Elon Butler. The 2026 AUSL season is underway. Get your 4-game Flex Pass, single game, season, and group tickets for all 6 teams today by visiting the AUSL.com. AUSL, this is legendary. It's just year 2.
That's it. Feels like we've been doing this for 50 years, though, with the momentum that we have. And I don't know, I feel like a lot of people have been tuning into these games the first week, riding the momentum off the Women's College World Series and excitement for this league and the 6 teams and their home stadiums and the group of rookies that join the league. It's been an awesome start.
Big spot for Elon Butler. Rookie out of Oregon, would have played that 1 season at Oregon with Amari Harper out at second base. They both transferred in, part of a really good transfer class for Missy Lombardi. And now on opposite sides of the field.
And she's going to have to find a way to deal with this Maya Johnson screwball that she has been going to against these right-handed hitters over and over and over again. It has been her go-to pitch. She's gotten a lot of swings and misses, and oftentimes the screwball has had upspin as well. It's a better swing, getting a piece of it, not just swinging and missing underneath of it. But Elon Butler has to find a way to get on top of the screwball that you just know she's going to see again from Maya Johnson.
Johnson ahead, 1-2. Just a piece from Elon Butler.
That is a tough pitch to foul off. Good protection with 2 strikes. Just getting better and better with that screwball, moving away from her as this at-bat has gone on, and it puts Maya Johnson in a pickle of, okay, what do I want to throw her here? Maybe go up in the zone.
And she lays off.
Another good take, making Maya Johnson work. She had been having her way when she came into this game with the right-handed hitters and that screwball. I bet she'll go to it again.
Bandits just 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position tonight. Another foul ball from Butler.
This is a great at-bat.
Oklahoma City 2 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Couple 2-out hits to score a run last inning. Inside, strike 3. Maya Johnson mixing it up and gets out of an up.
Got was a screwball. She won it. Didn't even have to deal with the off-speed pitch.
First pitch swinging in the inning for Amari Harper, who hits it hard but lines out to right field. So there's 1 out, and now here is Jessie Warren, who won the screwball in her last at bat, and we'll see what she does here in her second of the evening.
It's just cool when your plan pays off, when you commit to it, when you sell out for that plan. And she saw a pitch on the inner half, was on time with it, knocked it out of here. And then so now she's going to get a curveball to start the at-bat. Not going to go back to that screwball or anything inside to start this at-bat. Maybe she will later, but trying to see if now Jessie Warren can handle the outside half.
Chases the off-speed pitch there to fall behind 0-2. It's so interesting to hear all the different approaches. They're looking pitch there. We saw last year the Talons, what really made their offense great down the stretch. They were hunting windows. That was Howard Dobson's kind of message to them. 0-2 in the air to right field. Elon Butler backing up with it, and there's 2 outs.
It's just a good job of pitch calling. This is the game within the game. Jessie Warren hit that screw ball out. That was on the inner half. So this second at bat that she has, Tara Mowat McKinney calling pitches from inside the dugout, or Marriott Copo, going to go all outside. Curve, change, curve for the out to get Jessie Warren after she demolished that screwball.
That was just the 4th pitch of the inning to Haley Lee, and there's 2 outs. She's ahead in the count 1-0. Odyssey trying to give Chicago a good start tonight. She has given up 3, but that has been one of the problems for the Bandits in a couple of their games, just getting behind early on. Odyssey, not one that has started a lot the last couple of years, made 12 appearances last year. 9 of them were out of the bullpen. This is the first time they've hit one up the middle that has gotten past Odyssey Alexander Bennett. Base hit for Haley Lee, her 2nd in the series.
Well, I remember in the 3rd inning when they scored that run, it was a little 2-out rally that Sid Romero had started. They got 3 straight hits after that. So Spark doing a good job with 2 outs in this game. They had multiple runs scored with 2 outs, all but one. The Delaney was home run.
KK Madry entered this game defensively in right field for Grace Jenkins. She will hit here and grounds it to Agbayani, who steps on the base. Odyssey Alexander Bennett puts up a 0. Bandits down just 1, and they're getting the bats next. Special moment for Ilana. Back-to-back years, the AUSL has gone to Norman. Sam Landry last year, Ilana Agbayani this year. And if there is Benny in his MLB Mets uniform, and Ilana making her debut last week in Utah. Ground ball right side. She's retired to start this 4th inning. But I will say, she's starting to kind of catch her stride offensively. 3 hits in this series after just 1 in the opening series. Monday Night Baseball on ESPN. Braves are in San Diego to take on the Padres. First pitch set for 10 Eastern. Watch it live on ESPN and catch it streaming on the ESPN app.
You hear that music and you just know exactly what it is. You know, that music is just so classic.
It's comforting.
Yeah, it is comforting.
There is Morgan Zirkle. Spun outside, ball 1. Speaking of MLB ties, Zirkle, who played at Marshall, she was one of the best to do it there. One of 5 NFCA All-Americans in that program's history. Played for Shonda Stanton. Another one that did that was a 4-time All-American, Rachel Folden, who is, for a long time now, kind of been in the MLB system as a hitting coach.
I love how you pulled that all together. That's awesome.
Shonda Stanton pulled those 2 into Huntington, West Virginia to wear the Marshall green. Both of them absolute stars there. Now Shonda Stanton, the head coach at Indiana, just completed her 9th year. Has turned that program into just such a consistent winner.
Well, and she was telling us that Morgan Zirkle had an injury, a foot injury that led her to swing away more at Marshall. So that injury turned her into more of a swing away hitter, bringing out that tool in her.
Ground ball up the middle. Harper scoops it up, and there are 2 outs. And Zirkle, for a moment, looked a little hobbled there at the end of the line. She's jogging a little more normally back. Hopefully she's okay.
Maybe hit the bag weird.
And keep an eye on Zirkle as this game goes on. She's already talking shop and hitting with Courtney Martinez in the dugout. Cough Koffel into the gap in right center. One hops the wall, and Aaron Koffel will have a double. So the Bandits trying to put something of their own together with 2 outs.
Got a lot of screwballs in her last at bat when she struck out with 2 runners in scoring position. So she goes up looking for it. This one maybe a little bit more on the plate, but just a better swing by Aaron Koffel to get on time and stay on that outside pitch. Maya Johnson's screwball is tricky because sometimes it stays right at the knees. Other times it has a little bit of rise ball action to it at the end. And I think those ones with rise ball action like that were really effective against Aaron Koffel in her last at bat. That one stayed a little bit flat, more down in the zone, and she just stayed on it.
Can Tiana Bell come through again? How many times has she done it already, it feels like, in just a few days with this team? But is behind 0-2 to Maya Johnson. Fouls that pitch off to stay alive.
And this is how Maya Johnson is a different type of left-handed pitcher. I noticed this when she was at Belmont. Usually as left-handed pitchers really rely on their curveballs. Like that is usually the bread and butter pitch of a left-handed pitcher from the time that they learn the curveball through college. Maya Johnson is so different than that because she relies more on her screwball. She can throw her curveball, she can throw every pitch, but she gives these right-handed hitters a different look because usually lefties throw a curveball into them or backdoor to them on the outside corner. She moves a screwball away from them.
Did come in that time, but misses down low, 1-2.
That's a big reason, too, that Kirk Walker wanted to draft Maya Johnson. She was a proven winner, did it all 4 of her years at Belmont, but just gave a different look from the left-hand side.
Slow roller Johnson that hit off of her glove awkwardly, but still maintains her composure and makes the play in an unorthodox method. Out of Arizona, native of Mission Viejo, California. Haven't seen Taylor since game 2 of the season. She started that game against the Talons, but was pulled in the 3rd inning. Gave up 4 hits, 1 walk, just 1 earned run. This is a veteran presence that they need in the circle.
Yeah, especially in this tight game, and you think about just season-wise how important this game is for the Bandits. They won their first game on Sunday. This is a close game here. Still time left, even though they're trailing by 1, but important for Taylor McQuillan.
Oh no, Brady got all of it. It's over the bleachers in right. Maya Brady, her 3rd of the year, and got every inch of that ball.
Do you have a guess without looking how far that went?
I'm gonna say 285.
310 feet on a changeup off of a new pitcher that just got into the game that Maya Brady hadn't had a lot of looks at. Whoa.
They needed about 10 feet of height probably to even get close to that.
Remember, Megan Grant hit one last week that was 313 feet, another UCLA Bruin. That was the furthest home run that had ever been hit in AUSL. So 2nd furthest right here off the bat of Maya Brady.
Insurance run for Oklahoma City. Now Romero sends this into center field, and Zirkle backtracks to make the catch, 1 out.
And I just want to come clean about something. It said 309 feet, 0.7. So I just rounded up. I just want to come clean about it.
It's really.
I just took it upon myself just to round up.
It's really eating at you there, wasn't it?
I just want to let everybody know, just in case.
Just in case what?
I don't know. Somebody else sees it's 309 feet. Amanda said it was 310. I'm just rounding up by 0.3.
You'll sleep well tonight.
I'll sleep well knowing I got it off my chest.
Inside to Cheryl, we are joined by Maya Brady. Wow, Maya, what did that feel like off the bat?
Honestly, I was just trying to compete and help Maya out. Just thinking about competing, out-competing my opponent, and it just kind of happened.
Maya, did you hear me say how far it went?
No, I didn't.
Can you guess?
Well, if I had to guess, the fence is 230. I think it hit the top of the bleachers, so I'm going to say maybe, let's go 3? I'm going to go 3, maybe like 255, something like that.
Well, I'm impressed with your math skills, but did you just go from 3 something?
Oh, sorry, 355. I'm sorry. No, not 355. Not 355. Not 355. That's way too far. I'm not Megan Grant. I am not Megan Grant.
310 feet.
Oh, slay.
Yes.
Cheryl walks. I got to ask you one more thing before you let you go, Maya. The wind out there, you've made a couple of really nice catches. Like, how tough is it in the outfield right now?
It's so tough, and it's so weird because just obviously I'm in center, so I can have kind of the side view for both Bubba and Grace, and now KK. And I swear, Bubba's side, it's like dying. I'm like, back, and then it like dies, and then this side, it's just carrying. So honestly, just trying to keep my feet moving and just stay athletic, because it is super hard, and I don't know if they can see the flags, but it is blowing. It's crazy.
Thanks so much, Maya. Good luck.
Thank you.
She has made it look easy out in center field, and she's also made it look really easy at the plate. Unbelievable start to the season for her. She's also on it, too. She's directing our director, Jordan Alvis. Let's get the flags in here. Let's show them again on this wind.
Make sure the fans can see the flags, okay? The wind is blowing. It is just not stopped. It is not turned off.
Bubba Nichols, Camarena goes down on strikes. It's been a nice bounce back here from Taylor McQuillan. Got a fly out. Cheryl walked, and now the strikeout of Bubba.
It's the first time that the Spark have struck out in this game. This goes to show you their lack of strikeouts or their low number of strikeouts, just how well that they're seeing the ball.
This goes into right field. It almost got Cheryl, who will take third base. A 2-out base hit again for Oklahoma City, this time off the bat of Delaney Wiz.
6 hits for Delaney Wiz, who barely misses her teammate over there, Sydney Sherrill. That was 75 miles an hour off the bat. I don't know how it didn't hit her. Look at that athleticism by Sid Sherrill to move out of the way of that line drive and get herself to third base despite dodging that line drive.
Amari Harper hit a soft line out in the second, and then she smoked a ball to right field her last trip to the plate in the 4th inning. Comes up and a run-producing opportunity here. Slow roller this time, picked up by Erickson at first. Head to Portland for a 3-game set with the Cascade. Can the Bandits respond? Sammy Williams with the answer, off the wall in right center field, and slides into second base. First hit of the night for Sammy.
Sammy Williams is a name that you quickly need to know in this league with the way that she's swinging the bat early in this season. That pitch was low and away, and she still was able to barrel it up. That was a pitcher's pitch, pitcher location, and she still found a way.
First time in the game a Bandits leadoff hitter has reached. Sammy Williams in scoring position for guess who? Jocelyn Erickson. Every time she steps to the plate, it seems like there is a runner in scoring position. Feels like Jocelyn Erickson's still kind of waiting for her first big moment. You know she's capable, one of the best players in the country over the last few years at Florida. In the air to left field. No, this is actually going to stay on the infield. And it's caught by Romero. Be sure to follow the AUSL and our 6 teams on X, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok to see exclusive content featuring your favorite AUSL players, including highlights, mic'd ups, behind-the-scenes action, and more. First pitch swinging. That is into left field. I was slightly off on the last one. That was a pop-up to the shortstop.
You just never know with this wind, and it just does not stop. You know how sometimes there will be the wind that like blows really hard and then it slows down, and then it blows really hard and then it slows down. Not here, not today.
You think that's preferred by the outfielders, though? You know what you're going to get.
It's true. I find wind just to be so annoying. As a player, I'd rather it be really hot, and I might even rather it be really cold than really windy. I hate the wind.
Texas native wants the cold. I don't know.
I'm not going to say wants the cold.
Prefers it over the wind.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
I might go there, and we're having some shoelace issues here.
Maya Johnson ready to go in a 1-1 count alongside Amanda Scarborough. I'm Chucky Kempf. Finishing up Series 2 in the AUSL here in 2026. A lot of movement. 2 new teams in the league this year. 6 home sites. Unlike last year's touring entity, we were all over the country to the tune of sellout crowds, but now there is a different feel. Hitters count for Mary Jacopo. She provided the lone run in their Game 1 loss, 9-1 in just 5 innings. She had a solo shot in the 5th inning of that game. Second time Johnson's been in a full count. The last time was against Jessica Clements, and she walked her. Jacopo would love to turn it over to Clements with a pair on. 3-2. Ground ball left side. Williams running all the way, and she's out. Seemed to be running on contact and runs into an out at third base.
Trying to be aggressive, which Shauna Stan loves in the base running department, but this one just too aggressive. Sid Romero picks it up right away. Cheryl puts that tag down. Closer play at third than I originally thought, though, to be honest.
Not bad. Yeah, 2-3.
Saw a lot of Sydney Romero at third base last year. She's played a great shortstop early in the season. Clements fouls it down the left field line. We entered this series with Oklahoma City having a fielding percentage almost 20 points higher than the second best team at .988. Seen a lot of Jessie Warren at third base. You mentioned earlier she gets the night off defensively, so Amari Harper comes in. She goes to second. That moves Cheryl to third.
And Maya Brady is shading toward left center field in a big way. So right center field is completely open. Big shift there for Clements.
Clements takes strike 2. Something in that gap could easily be a triple for Clements, who hit one somewhat that direction. Her home run landed in the right field bleachers right on the edge of them toward right center field. 2-2. Slow roller first base side. Haley Lee scoops it up and makes the play. So the Spark in the 5th get an insurance run, and they lead 4-2.
Game a day, every day, from now until July 20th, somewhere on TV. You can watch at least one. Many times there's 2.
Nice grab out there in right field by Elon Butler. A couple of those hard-hit balls right at her, and she's handled them well. McQuillan gets the first out of inning number 6.
And I highly recommend watching the doubleheader on Thursday, because if it's anything like the doubleheader last night on ESPN2, then you're in for a treat. I was locked in. Stayed up way too late, but I was locked in.
0-1 count to Haley Lee in there for strike 2. And of course, I think we all want more games. We'd love this to be a 45-50 game season, but one thing that happens with the 25 is that you have those double headers and there's so much on the line every night. And it feels like it's early in the season, but as we saw last year with the Bandits specifically, got off to their quick 9-2 start. And basically 12 to 15 games in, you kind of knew the Bandits were going to go to the championship series. This year, it's going to be even tighter, and we know how important these early starts are.
Well, I think that's why this game is so important for the Bandits today. Just down by 2 runs, have 2 other chances at least to score in this game. Way to go to extras. They won their first game of the season on Sunday, which was big, and this is the second rubber match that the Spark have played in now. First series rubber match, they won that, and a walk-off hit by pitch.
Lee walks with 1 out. Talked about all the craziness yesterday. This series, too, we've had 2 run rolls, and then here we are tonight in a 2-run game. But the Bandits had 2 hits in game 1, and they turn around with a season high in game 2.
Well, and it was after that game 1 that Shauna Stanton told us that, I think it was her, maybe it was somebody on the Bandits told us that they had a 3.5-hour team meeting after game 1, and you could tell that there was a big time response from them in game 2 when they run rolled the Spark and just played freer and they played bigger, and you could tell that that team meeting was had and heard.
Billy Andrews going to run over at first base for Haley Lee, and you might think it feels dramatic. You have a 3-hour meeting 5 games into the season, but back to the point about this being a shorter season, McQuillan turns and throws out Madry. You're a 5th of the way in. And that was going into the 5th game, but either way, you were almost a 5th of the way into the season without a win yet. This could feel a lot different for the Bandits if they can find a way tonight and pick up win number 2. No off day for them tomorrow. They get right to work against the Carolina Blaze, but if they want to come back, they need to retire this bat right here. 310-foot home run last time up for Maya Brady. Second-year pro from Thousand Oaks, California, starred at UCLA.
You know, it's interesting, she chokes up on the barrel control by Maya Brady. You see that inch choke up, and Taylor McQuillan gets a strikeout this time.
Big response from McQuillan and Chicago. Little revenge.
The screwball hits it out. Jessica Clements, that pitch was at her eyes. And then Maya Brady with a 310-foot bomb.
Elon Butler swinging first pitch, and back-to-back innings now. The Bandits have their leadoff aboard after not doing so in any of the first 4 frames.
Well, and against Maya Johnson, since she's come in relief, the Bandits have not gotten a runner to third base. They've had a runner at second base, actually, in each of the last 4 innings, and have not been able to come away with anything since she entered in.
Ilana Agbayani shows bunt and pulls back for ball 1. RBI single in the second and grounded out to second base in the 4th inning. So this is her second time facing Maya Johnson in this one. Missing on the bunt attempt that time. No, they're going to say she pulled back. So it's 2-0. Swinging and sends it into right field. So it looked like Agbayani was just trying to sacrifice the runner over. Instead, rips a single into right.
Agbayani with 4 hits in this series, using the ground again like she did in her first at bat back in the 2nd inning. Almost an identical hit that she had earlier in this game. And now, because of the traffic on the base pass, to have a pitching timeout to come here and talk to Maya Johnson, and because they're about to face the top of the order for the Bandits with 2 on and nobody out.
Maya Johnson is about to face 2 of the best hitters in the league right now, and certainly from a year ago. You see what she's done. No earned runs tonight. Didn't give up an earned run or a run in general in 4 innings of work in the Game 1 win against the Bandits.
Well, you're definitely, if you're Chicago, in the spot that you want to be in. If you were going to find a way to win the game late in this game, this is exactly what you would have wanted. 2 on, Morgan Zirkle, Aaron Koffel, and a hot Tiana Bell due up now in this inning.
Ground ball right side, chance for 2-0. Zirkle is on first. Agbayani is retired. It's 1st and 3rd with 1 away.
And how about that opportunity for a double play there with Amari Harper to her former assistant coach at Oregon, Sydney Romero, who's quickly coming over to cover second base, something that guarantee you she did not think when she transferred into Oregon that would be happening after her senior year there.
Zirkle again. They did this earlier in the game. They did not throw down to Zirkle. Sydney Romero remembered that and just runs Zirkle back to first.
First and third's always a lot going on. Communication is important.
Looked like Zirkle was running again on that pitch. Aaron Koffel had some clutch moments last year. Tough spot here, 0-2. Lets that pitch go for ball 1. She was the second batter to face Maya Johnson when she entered back in the 2nd inning and struck out swinging, but doubled the last time off the rookie. Bounced in, gets past Wiz, the throw home, and out at the plate. Shonda Stanton had looked away, I think, because she thought Butler was safe. The umpires are going to come together and talk this over.
Well, I think they're going to challenge for obstruction because Maya Johnson, her foot was blocking the edge of home plate.
The Bandits are challenging the out call at home plate. The play is under further review.
And that would have been before she had possession of the ball. So once you have possession of the ball, you can sit on the plate or any base. But when Elon Butler goes in, her foot can't get to the bag because Maya Johnson is obstructing home plate, right? Or actually, maybe it got to the plate after she had possession of the ball. It is bang, bang, but just unfortunate timing with when Elon Butler slid in because she slid in right to the right foot of Maya Johnson. So actually, I don't think this is going to get overturned. I don't think Maya Johnson did anything wrong at all. I think she did everything right. Possession of the ball, tagged down. Elon Butler never gets to home plate. Wow. And that is not obstruction. She did not block the bag until she had possession of the ball. And at that point, when you have possession of the ball, you can block the bag.
2-2 to Koffel still. That's outside 3-2. Not to get in the weeds of this rule, but I believe last year that still would have been obstruction because the rule altered a little bit this year. Last year, if the runner had began the slide, then you could not get into the position that Maya Johnson was in. They altered the rule a little bit this year as Koffel, it's a hard grounder to Romero, and Maya Johnson dances out of a 2-on, no-out jam here in the 6th. Hit the talons and lost one of those games. Lost a game 1-0 in Utah. Also lost one on a walk-off in extras, 9-8. Hard hit through the 5-6 hole. Sydney Romero has a 2-hit night. Sydney Romero last year, I mentioned kind of a touring entity, and one of the stops was Norman, Oklahoma. Of course, Sydney starred there for Patty Gasso, won some national championships, both as a member of the staff and a player. but Sydney Romero got hurt last year just before we went to Norman, so she was so excited to play back in that, didn't get to play in that stadium in college, but excited to be back in front of those fans and have Patty Gasso watch her as a pro. She gets hurt right before then, and so it had to be a special moment, despite I'm sure how much she loved playing with the Talons last year, to hear her name called and get to go to Oklahoma City to play.
Anytime you have those ties from college or hometown, like Sydney Sherrill being from Oklahoma, just get to form those connections with the fans and with the universities and with the players that run a little bit deeper.
Sydney Sherrill from Moore, Oklahoma, played her college ball at Florida State. And is in on the handle from McQuillan, and it's a 2-2 count. Taylor McQuillan, of course, a great story, legally blind in her left eye since birth, and she has just been a dominant force since she came onto the scene at Arizona, where she was 4-time All-Conference for the Wildcats, as she strikes out Sydney Sherrill.
Rise ball has been the strikeout pitch for Taylor McQuillan since she entered into this game, and getting big chases from these spark hitters. They did not strike out at all until Taylor McQuillan entered this game.
Swing and a miss, maybe a little tip off the bat of Bubba Nichols-Camarena. These two, of course, teammates last year. Bubba, a key piece of this Bandits team that went to the AUSL Championship and came up short against the Talons.
I talked about Maya Johnson, a lefty, going to her screwball against the righties a lot. Taylor McQuillan will do the same thing. A couple screws in a row, going right back to it. This time it moved up a little bit. Lefties are coveted in this league. There aren't a ton of left-handed pitching or pitchers in this league. You're a gem if you're one of them.
Swing and a miss from Bubba. Back-to-back Ks for McQuillan and her 4th overall.
This is just a great sign for Chicago to see Taylor McQuillan pitching like this after a kind of up and down outing in Utah, and her exiting the game early, kind of questionable with what looked like an injury issue potentially.
Fouled off the bat of Delaney Wiz. Could give him some insurance if she can put together a swing like she did earlier in this game in the 2nd inning. McQuillan gave up a leadoff single, now trying to strike out the side. Ground ball back to her and makes the play. So Taylor McQuillan holds serve. It's 4-2. Last chance for the Bandits. One of those bats coming up is the rookie Jocelyn Erickson.
Had some traffic that she's worked around in every inning that she has pitched in, but still has found a way to not give up any earned runs.
See these out distribution, 3 flyouts, 7 groundouts, and the 3 strikeouts for Maya Johnson, who faces 3-4-5 against the Bandits with a 2-run lead, a chance to take the series here in Rosemont. Tiana Bell fouls that back for strike 1. Chicago had the best offense in the AUSL a year ago. They led in numerous categories. They never scored less than 3 runs in the regular season last year. That was 24 games, and Tiana Bell delivers here in the 7th, cuts the lead in half. It is now 4-3, her 2nd in just 3 games as a pro.
They want more cowbell. Do you hear it? They're ringing the bell. even though, you know, she did go to Arkansas, not Mississippi State, but still you got to ring the bell for Tiana Bell because of the way that she has been driving the ball since she joined this Bandits team. Sits back on the changeup, and she gets all of it, 235 feet. Just to sneak it on out of here. They moved her up in the order, the rookie from Arkansas. Hit the Bandits within one.
It's another solo shot in this game to make way for Sammy Williams. So what I was saying was the Bandits didn't score less than 3 in 24 regular season games last year. They were held to 2 or fewer in now 6, or it would have been 6 of the last 9 games, but Tiana Bell takes care of that. We've also seen them score 8. We have seen them score 11 this season. I think Shonda Stanton would be happy at a nice average of 6 or 7 on the regular. 0-2 to Williams.
That's what the Spark are doing this year with their runs per game average. They're held to 4 in this game, but just trying to figure out the right moves to score more runs for this Bandits team. And one of the right moves is to move Tiana Bell up in the lineup like they did today.
She's now 4 for 8 in the series with 5 RBIs and 2 home runs. She's only started 2 of the 3 games. Williams swings through it, out number 1.
And then Maya Johnson comes fighting right back. This is a rookie. Just gave up a home run. It's late in this game. It's a close game. You could panic, or you could go right out one of the hottest hitters in the lineup in there. Sammy Williams has been so good for the Bandits that she gets her swinging.
Jocelyn Erickson takes strike 1. Oh for 3, all of them in the air, hitting just 158 through almost 6 games of a rookie campaign.
She just needs to find a barrel. It's what's been missing from Jocelyn Erickson, just that feel of finding a barrel, ball coming off your bat.
She probably thought she had a 3-hit game in game 2, but after the game was over, they actually made a scoring change that took one of those hits away in an RBI. So just when you think you're getting a bounce, you lose a base hit. Erickson fights off the 1-2. The only Bandit not to reach in this game. Can she change it here? Chicago's first-round draft pick against the Sparks first-rounder. Erickson floats it to right, long run for Madry, and it gets down. Erickson wants 2, and she's in with a double. Found a way.
Jocelyn Erickson just did everything in that at-bat that she could to foul off some pitches, to extend her at-bat, to just be able to put it into fair territory somewhere. And she finds a hole. Because of the turf, looked like it tripped up KK Madry in right field. She did not have a play on that ball, and now the Bandits have a runner in scoring position.
Amber Flores coming out. They're going to talk things over on the infield. Bree Copeland, who is very familiar with Shonda Stanton, was a GA at Indiana for her this year after playing 4 years there, will run at second base. The winning run stepping to the plate.
Mary Acopo has seen the ball well this season. We were talking about her before coming to the field today. Of just, this might be the best start that we've seen her have.
Had just 3 hits, 3 walks all of last year. She's got 3 hits in this series alone and had a pair in the first series. This was game 1.
Home run off of Ruby Malin. It was the only run that Chicago scored in game 1, but it was off of her bat. She's been squaring the ball up.
Fouls that pitch straight back. We saw a walk-off winner last night in Carolina. We saw a 1-run win last night in Utah for the Cascade. More drama in the early stages of this season here in Rosemont. 1-1.
You saw 1 for 11 for Chicago with runners in scoring position. The tough part about that, to add to it, is they've had 4 strikeouts with runners in scoring position.
Jacopo fouls it out of play to the right side, 1-2 count. The biggest chance was last inning. They got the first 2 runners on the 8-9 spot, both singled to get it to Morgan Zirkle and Aaron Koffel, and they got nothing out of it. It's because of that woman right there in the circle, Maya Johnson. Big 1-2 pitch. Jessica Clements awaits. 1 for 2 with a solo shot and a walk for Clements tonight. Low and away, full count for Jacopo. Mary Jacopo had a ton of power in her time at Texas, hit 43 home runs, 174 RBIs there. Lifts it to right center field. Jacopo walks it off for the Bandits. How about that?